What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from DC Rebirth. And so here we have the Rebirth Batman pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Batman does come with two accessories. We do get a Batarang, which looks really nice, and then we do get a grapple gun, which we have seen before, but that's also really nice. And then of course we get the McFarlane display stand. Other than that, Batman doesn't come with any other accessories, so let's actually take a look at his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Rebirth Batman, which is one of my favorite Rebirth designs, and you know what? Absolutely fell in love with this figure. Just having him in hand, I think this is one of the best Batman that McFarlane has made. And again, we have said that about other Batman in the past, but it seems like every Batman that gets made improves on the other one. So this is a very impressive Batman. Now, I'm not going to say it's the perfect Batman. It is the Batman from Rebirth, so his design is a little more modern, but it's still a very solid figure. As far as the head sculpt goes, that is Batman. That is a very clean Batman cowl, and it looks fantastic. It is very well done. I absolutely love the sculpt work on the cowl. The short ears look really good. We get the whited out eyes, that really menacing scowl. This really nice detail on the cowl, and then of course his mouth is done very nicely, and they did paint some stubble on him, so I really do appreciate that little detail. Very good sculpt work, and even the profile looks very good. Normally when we've gotten some Batman in the past, he had like a slanted forehead. This seems to have done away with that, and it is just very impressive. Really blown away by the amount of detailing on this figure. As far as the rest of his costume goes, like I said, this is the Batman from DC Rebirth. It's not going to be your classic Batman. He does have the black bat symbol with the yellow outline, which again adds a modern take on it. We can see he does have his cape, which drapes his shoulders really nicely. I'm really glad they went with the over the shoulder instead of over or on top of the shoulder. It just looks so much better the way they have it right here, and it just sits perfectly flush to that. Normally when you do this with action figures, the capes always look stupid, but I don't know what it is about this particular Batman. That cape is sitting flush and it looks gorgeous. You can even see it has wrinkles right here in the middle. It sags just like an actual cape would right there. Absolutely fantastic detail here. Just look at the wrinkles in his capes. The scallops look really nice. They're defined. You can tell that that's a Batman cape. And then one thing I do like is that the inside of the cape is actually purple, as it should be. I absolutely love that inner purple design. It's very, very well done and painted beautifully. There's not too much paint on this figure to speak of. I mean, we do have the black and yellow right here. He's mostly wearing gray, but the yellow that we do have, it's a very bright yellow, and I don't think Batman would really wear this bright of a yellow. I mean, it does look good as a figure, but we're going to talk about one major gripe I do have about this figure, this cape. It sits very flush to the figure, and it is made of a very rigid plastic. You can see moving the cape moves the torso, so not a fan of the plastic that they use for his cape. Even though I absolutely love the way his cape is sculpted, they could have used a softer material because this is very sturdy. So moving on to the rest of his costume, we'll start at his arms. Panel lining goes from his torso onto his arms down to his bicep, and then he does have his more modern gauntlets right here, which this is the second attempt at a Rebirth Batman that McFarlane has made. They did make the Death Metal Batman, which was an okay figure. This by far absolutely better than that one, and again, love the detailing here on his gauntlets. He does have a fist and a sculpted pistol grip hand for his accessories. As far as his torso goes, I do like this torso. It's a very nice fit for Batman, especially a more modern Batman where he's not as bulky. He's kind of slimmed down in the years, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get a bulky Batman sometime in the future. The utility belt, very different than what we've seen in the past. And then we go on to his legs, which I'm surprised he doesn't have any panel lining on his legs. This is surprising because you would expect them to have some sort of panel lining. It's just flat, unfortunately. We do have his musculature right here, but it's not like a skin tight suit where you see everything. You can tell he's in shape, but at the same time you can tell he's wearing something. We do have knee pads that have bat heads on them. These are done in a softer plastic. You can see my fingernail does leave a slight dent in them, and then they just go away. So really do like that. His boots have this really nice design to them. Very good detailing here on Batman, even going all the way down to his boots. And unfortunately we don't get too much detail on the underside, but we do have some detail on the underside. So overall, fantastic figure. Absolutely blown away by this Batman. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Batman compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Batman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Batman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Batman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have the Rebirth Batman posed next to the McFarlane Death Metal Batman and the Three Jokers Batman. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, Batman does have the standard McFarlane articulation, where we have a double ball joint in the head, which does let him look up fantastically. He can look down very nicely and then tilt his head side to side. Very good range of movement here. Does turn left and right, no problem. We do have ball joints in the shoulders, which do pivot back. They pivot forward, up, down, out to the side, only to about right there. Actually, they do go all the way horizontal. The cape does hinder it slightly, especially when you're going all the way around. As you can see, it will push his arm out to the side, unfortunately. But you're not going to have Batman doing full shoulder rotations most of the time. He does have a bicep swivel, which works really nicely. We do have double bend at the wrist, or at the elbow, giving us really nice range there. Ball hinge here at the wrist, giving us an up and down hinge as well as an in and out hinge, and rotation on that pin. As far as his torso articulation goes, he can arch his back about that far. He leans forward, let's see, surprisingly very well. He leans forward nicely. So side to side tilt is very impressive. Then we have his rotation here. Second ball joint does go back that far. With both those joints combined, he can lean forward decently. We have rotation. Legs do kick forward very nicely. Go back, out to the side. A little bit of thigh swivel working really good. We have double bend at the knee. Then we do have rotation at the foot. We have a hinge which goes up and down very well. And we can pivot that to give him a true rocker ankle with that forward-facing pin. And then finally, a toe hinge. So overall, Rebirth Batman has some of the best articulation we've seen on a McFarlane Batman figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Batman posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Rebirth Batman pose for my final thoughts. And overall, McFarlane has done it again with this Batman figure. We have an absolute great Batman figure here in our collection. I'm really happy that McFarlane was able to go back and remake a Batman figure for just about everybody. McFarlane's come a long way since their first Batman figure. We all saw the Detective Comics Batman. That wasn't really that great. It was okay. It had its high points. But this, it's showing what McFarlane is truly capable of when he does a Batman figure. This, along with the Three Jokers Batman, are very solid Batman figures. And if you don't have Batman in your collection, I really do recommend you pick up the Three Jokers Batman and this Rebirth Batman. Even if you're not a fan of his costume, you can always go back and customize it with other Batman parts that we've gotten in the past. This is such a very nice, solid figure. I'm blown away by the amount of detail McFarlane put put into it, and this is probably the best rendition of the Rebirth suit that we have gotten from any toy line, which includes Mattel, DC Collectibles, and McFarlane. I challenge anybody to say that the DC Multiverse Mattel Rebirth Batman is better than this one, because they're lying to you. This is such a good figure. If you're a fan of Batman, this one is a must-have in your collection. Now, if you are looking for the Rebirth Batman, he is starting to hit stores now. I have seen him at stores such as Walmart and Target. I just had to wait for mine to come in from Amazon, but now that I have him in hand, ooh, I can honestly say one of my favorite Batman figures in my collection. This is probably going to be on my desk for the rest of eternity until maybe another one comes out or they make a better version. But with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000, and I absolutely recommend you pick up the McFarlane Toys Rebirth Batman. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other McFarlane DC Multiverse videos, as well as all my other action figure videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.